세러데이 쇼다운 T1 대 KT 롤스터.
But are you really comfortable playing that in this scenario against such a strong team, against such a strong opponent? And this was the Showmaker LeBlanc angle. He's just going to play this mage matchup in mid. He's got so much mobility, and with the LeBlanc plus the Lee Sin here, you just run circles around this immobile Hui.
Let's never talk about that ever again. Let's dive into game one. Oh no.
Hold up.
Oh no. Well, Lucid's going to spot him. Didn't quite realize how extraordinarily long his hair looks on this skin.
Yeah, it's quite long.
I know it was always long, but I feel like it's got an extra amount of length.
So this is a really cool start here to this game by Nongshim, actually looking for the invade and then threatening Lucid, forcing the split. Zeri at level 1 can do a lot of damage long term, obviously, but it's just so fragile, and Alistar at level 1 is completely worthless. So Sylvie actually just gets to start this blue buff. They get 2 wards down.
I think that's canon. I think that's how that one goes.
Okay,
as he's
well,
not managing to split this one.
no.
Is just gonna get cut in half.
His
First blood solo kill for Kingen.
His face on the player cam as well. He's just super frustrated with the situation.
Depending on what boots are going to be purchased, but he goes back, gets a Haunting Guise first buy. You love to see that. Kellen taking a bit of damage. Sylvie's making his way in, aiming, gonna dash, immediately cleansed. And now Kellen able to walk his way out, but that is no flashes. They do get the long cooldown on the newly nerfed cleanse. That is going to be that. And
he's good at it.
Yeah, he's good at being more subtle about it though. As Kingen not finding that trade necessarily, as ulti comes through from aiming here on the bottom side. Killer Instinct defensively from Jiwoo, who gets back to a decent position. Good slowdown here from aiming, who's getting a lot of value from this electricity. And there's the flash forward, gets the pulverized mini stun into the wall there as Guga looks to try and turn it, and Jiwoo is going to take down Kellen. Burst Fire's need to land aiming. They've got a ward in that brush, and the barrier is going to get utilized. Aiming's cleanse does nothing, and Jiwoo flashes behind him. It's a 2-for-1 in the bottom lane as the equalizer comes down, and Lucid's going to get punished. D+, what's going on?
D+ falling apart at the seams here, and you've got to respect that Kai'Sa passive stacking up the plasma.
Just put it down. He just put it down. As now Jiwoo is going to get punished. They call in the cavalry. Lucid says, all right, well, you got some summoner spells, guys, so let's just go with Worth. They do manage to even the scoreline. Guga is just trying to walk his way out, gets the Eclipse back, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough here. No flash available as aiming dashes in, picks up the kill. So,
well,
3-1, and maybe we're getting like a it has to be certified, but we don't feel great about it situation.
Yeah.
They can get the rest of them as Lucid is here, wanting to collect 5. Safeguards over to Kellen. And now with Dundun on that inside track, they've got an equalizer coming down, though. This is so dangerous as Guga chained up and will now get taken down. Does land a decent solar flip. There's no one else there. That is going to be Kingen collecting a kill for himself. Spiraling. Despair is not really going to do anything. And all right, Showmaker now finding the chains as Jiwoo gets himself out. Yeah, and that is going to be Sylvie locking it down. Lucid was just holding position. There's the kick over the wall. Oh, no! Oh, that was so weird. They just trade positions about 11 different times, and Sylvie gets out. That was just miscommunication between the two of them. Very cute there from Lucid, but ultimately made things worse, as now Fish are going to have to flash the wall to get out of the way, but they got their prize. That is 2 Drakes. There's a Chemtech, and as we saw, Orcs wasn't on the couch, and that's exactly why. 100% responsibility going to Daniel Harrison for this one.
Yep, it's 100% his fault. Fisher.
Yeah, and there's the flash in. It's an angry cow. And aiming is going to be able to pick up his 4th.
He's almost halfway there.
Kingen is doing his very best. Majora's Mask, you know, okay, that's a flash in. And Showmaker just stands his ground. Goes back to his Distortion as well. Lands the chain. That is going to be the Q connecting there as well. Distortion for some extra damage. Lucid baits him in a little. Decides that he doesn't want to go too far. Didn't have flash, so no kick flash is available. And aiming now, just taking some control of the river for the minute.
Yeah,
it's getting a little bit dicey there, Wolf.
Yeah,
4,000 gold is the lead. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, Jiwoo is now going to get ulted on here by aiming. Killer Instinct comes in. Can he actually get it? He finds the 1v1 as the Ignite will pick up the kill here for Kellen. But Jiwoo, that was a statement move. My God. Died to fire at the end.
Yeah, but ultimately, he's making plays while his team is behind.
Look at those empowered autos, by the way. As Dundun's getting cut down, Guga is on a flank angle, but Kellen's here as well. Equalizer comes in, connects onto both as Solar Flare will stun up Kellen for the minute. Sylvie getting on in here, sees the ward though, and he's not going to be able to do anything about this one. Showmaker He's going to take down Dundun first and see whether he can get this pesky Viego.
He's an ice cube in the hot summer sun.
And now Guga is able to sidestep the Sonic Wave, but not able to do too much more. Double stun does come on through there. What does it mean? It means he's dead. Aiming going to lock down that kill. And now Sylvie and Dundun are all just getting burnt to a crisp.
They're coming at
by
us.
this Rumble as Aiming. He's going to dash on in, finds the ulti. Dundun's going to get burst fired down, and it's a massacre. A double comes in for Aiming. Have full control of this dragon. That's the danger. As Rift Herald is going to get piloted by Guga here. Equalizer comes on down as Lucid. They're trying to push him out of this pit. Showmaker dives in though, and Jiwoo's going to get knocked up by the cow. It is going to be the secure of the dragon by Nongshim, but is this the sacrifice that costs them the game? I don't know whether it's exactly this moment that gets there, but it does get a triple kill for Kingen as Fisher is able to Mega Blast Cone his way out of dodge, but the rest of the team not so lucky.
Yeah, no kills for Aiming on this one. And there's nothing Nongshim could do about it. They can't even be anywhere close. So we're going to go back to this play here. There's the teleport here that's called out by Kingen from Fisher. He just walks it off, avoids everything, and then is like, all right, I'm slowing him down.
And this is where we caught up to the play. Kingen, of course, providing information that his ultimate is down. But look at that. He just, like, he pre-cooks them, and then Aiming grabs it and puts it in the microwave. Abyssal Mask now done. He really is a mask salesman, is good old Kingen. As Nongshim now going to look for Showmaker, who does want to get that distortion back off cooldown. Mimics it there as well. As you can see, Dundun, he runs really quickly. Showmaker going to get slowed down for the moment. Let's see whether he can get out. He cannot, as he is going to burn down. That is going to be the kill going over to Jiwoo. But the answer is all of Nongshim's stuff exploding.
And it's a reasonable setup here for D+ with a 1-3-1, because you know Showmaker, if he gets collapsed on, can survive for so long. Kingen's already shown what he can do if they try to kill him.
I mean, this is the answer, right? Like, please leave it alone as Showmaker takes an auto or two. Solar Flare does come on through here. Showmaker is just dead. That is going to be Guga locking that one down. D+, can they actually salvage the situation? It's not looking good for Kellen as we ask that question. Two are now dead. Aiming, skating his way out. Kingen, he does go golden. That's going to buy them some time. Aiming now behind the rest of his team. Great kick does come on through. And oh God, the wallets are too heavy. Another triple for Kingen, and Lucid finishes off Jiwoo in the end. And that's one way to win the game, D+.
Dundun's head on the table. Not his finest performance in the matchup. He opted into this one with the Rumble going over to D+. And man, he's just so fed. He's got Riftmaker, he's got Abyssal Mask, and he just kind of walks away and then burns them all to death. It looked good for Nongshim until Kingen said, no, it does not. 8-0-7, perfect KDA. And D+ take it.
They're like, it's like the rebirth of Kingen this season, because he has had some real lows.
Jiwoo, nobody's going to say he didn't try.
No,
but Kingen,
Jiwoo, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. We're not going to levy any sort of criticism his way. I think the first pick Hwei.
K'Sante is still strong, don't get me wrong. Great front line for the Zeri, but rough into this. And now this is the other pick I was going to talk about earlier, but I forgot to mention.
Kalista Renata on 4-5?
And it's just, I mean, what do you do?
None of the options really feel all that good.
I feel like if they had banned the Kalista instead of the Alistar, we'd see just an Ezreal lane instead here for D+. I think they had both prepped and ready to go. Two different sides of the coin, very different styles of playing that bottom lane, but it's going to be double 80 carry no matter what.
I don't know whether I'm all about this Rakan pick, but let's see how it works out as we jump into the Rift for Game 2.
I am a little bit worried about this pick, as here comes a level 1.
Yep, they get the ward in. They look to try and take that one down early as well. That is going to be secured. Zombie ward also taken, which is a little bit more even. As Aiming has taken Rend level 1, we do see a fair few Pierce level 1s, but has taken the Rend just to help him out on longer trades, as Fisher just getting autoed down by Showmaker here, skirting the turret range well. Man, Braum would have been so good, because we could have then had Santa Claus and the Christmas tree in the same game. Instead, the Christmas tree is by himself, or is he? He's found a whole bunch of friends here on the bottom side. He's trying to walk his way out, and that is going to be a flash used. The grand entrance was good. They spotted Sylvie. That meant that Lucid wanted nothing to do with it. So that's just a kind of free flash there that they really started to look fellable, right? Like, this was where we really did see a renaissance, as now Kingen's in a bit of trouble. Sylvie moving on up. Let's see when the flash is going to be used, or if. And he decides to hold on to it. felt like he was checkmated, and I think he might have been right.
Yeah.
Sylvie able to capitalize at the same time. Him getting first blood, not a bad thing. As Arise, the Sand Soldiers come out. There's the Emperor's Divide to push Showmaker away. And Fisher says, that's enough. I delivered my message. You got it loud and clear. As the Drake is going to be taken. Next one going to be a Cloud. As in goes Showmaker. I don't know about that one. As Sylvie comes on in. Showmaker does get the reset, though. And he'll be able to make his way out. So
scary moment there for Showmaker. Definitely a lot of...
wanted to even the trade, you know? Like we were saying that he didn't have to use his ultimate. Well, just wanted to make sure he puts it on cooldown so they're on even footing. So that's a whole wave. Jiwoo misses out on. Nice handshake there as Jiwoo going to get flashed after the hostile takeover. Just barely connects. As there's the Fate's Call. Sylvie in a good position, though. And now the double knock-up is really good. I think Kellen understanding that he is definitely dead, and even the Pierce is going to miss. Aiming actually moving towards them. I don't know about that one, as Kellen is going to still be alive for now, but they're just staggering the backs, I guess. There we go. Jiwoo's going to be able to lock down the second kill for Nongshim, and despite these lanes have looked like it's D+'s control, it still says 0-2 at the top of the scoreboard.
Positioned really well there to make sure there was no way Aiming could have all-in him, gotten a kill, and then gotten a reset there for Kellen to come back in. Meanwhile,
yeah, Jiwoo going to throw down the ulti. Aiming just trying to dance his way out. Does so quite nicely. Martial pose, pretty good. Making sure that the burst fires are as difficult to land as possible.
Kingen in the top side as Sylvie is alone.
Yeah, is fully aware of what's going on here, but Kellen turning up might turn the tides. Nice handshake is going to come on through. Lucid actually he's thinking about it now. There's the flash, wants to get the twisted advance, but there is the brambles coming out. Nature's Grasp going to get blocked there by Guga. And Sylvie will be absolutely fine. I don't think that they were expecting Guga to be right there in time. Like, cooldowns seem to be in a weird spot in this game. As Kingen just flashing. Dundun looking for the all-out opportunity. He'll find it as Sylvie, he's making his way up. And I think Kingen has gotten that bad news again. He's trying to hop around. It does not work out. And Sylvie's going to do it once again. Both of his kills onto Kingen. Hasn't died yet. Is definitely good, as now Fisher, he may not necessarily be so lucky, but he flashes out of the handshake and is able to shift the sands over the wall. Shelly going to get ignored for a few moments, but should get started up once again.
Dundun has teleport and is going to pressure this bottom turret, so D+ need to do something fast here, otherwise they're a bit on a timer at the moment. That might be the whole turret going down. He's got demolished, so Fisher has ult.
He is rotating up. There's the Nature's Grasp. Over the wall goes Lucid, and immediately he flashes back. Fate's Call comes in. Decent hostile takeover, but Jiwoo is kind of okay. Just over the wall. Kellen now getting in there. Emperor's Divide onto 3, but it's a double. Just straight out of nowhere. Still, it's going to be the Rift Herald secured by Jiwoo, who's in a really weird spot. Dundun turns up. He is an absolute raid boss, as Lucid and Kingen are trying to deal with Azeri, and they will be successful. Aiming, not so much. Did he get any of those kills? I don't think so, so not going to be celebrating 2,000. Nope, not just yet. But still, the best news here for D+, as he's out of there. Kingen, unseen.
I really like the way Nongshim played the map for this one, because they had the threat of the teleporting Dundun, right? They pulled the Tristana down, they had the numbers advantage, they were pulling the Herald at that moment. Fisher was in a good position with Emperor's Divide, but it's a really clean engage from Lucid and Kellen, actually. Nature's Grasp comes out first, he blast cones in, catches Jiwoo through the wall here, and then the hostile takeover prevents any sort of follow-up here. This allows Kingen to get in position, he's got his Narbar ready, and I think Fisher really didn't want to use his ultimate initially there to get only one target. He wanted the big one, but by the time he does, the fight is nearly over. Dundun does end up winning that other side as we jump out of the replay.
Whoa!
That's why.
That was a massive jump scare. Thank you very much for that one. I know there's some cool horror movies coming out, Jonas Strong, but you did not need to prepare. It's just a surprise Dundun straight out of the brush.
Nongshim, they call them solo lanes for a reason, not supposed to be a duo in there.
Exactly! What's going on? And Kingen now with a great Narbar position. And that crash is an odd one. Dundun is just going to get thrown, but does manage to buffer the anti-CC. Kellen flash handshake, doesn't quite get there as Lucid on that flank angle. Twisted advance to try and buy him some space. Hostile takeover to save the tree, and Guga goes down. Dundun, he's going to try and be a hero. He goes all out into the death chamber, and that is going to be the kill for Showmaker. And that is... it's been a little bit of a problem. Sylvie, though, is still going to be able to find Kellen here, who does complete a Warmogs and tries to bail himself out, and it does absolutely nothing. So that's a second kill for Jiwoo.
I won't certify it, but he is starting to become a bit of a threat in this game, and Now, this game has been a lot more about the AD carry in the mid lane than it's been about the AD carry in the bottom lane here for D+, so anything else. But the Soul will be useful when we consider the bailout power and how much more oomph you can get below 50%. But D+ just starting this Baron up now, and Nongshim just have no real vision here, but they're not fully grouped, so once Sylvie susses this out, I think we will absolutely see a contest. Dindon has teleport, he's rushing over. Kingen also can find an angle, he's just going to TP right onto it.
I mean, this is going down so incredibly quickly. Nature's Grasp going to be used here, and so can they actually do anything? No, they can't. The control of the pit is just too high for this Maokai composition. And DK, it's highway robbery.
Yeah, and it's also the Baron pit that has the bowling alley.
Yeah. Bowling alley Baron, actually ridiculous. For Maokai, you're absolutely right. It's Guga. Oh dear, he's just going to explode. Hostile takeover comes in, doesn't really get too much done, but Nongshim still find themselves in a really awkward position. All out takes Dundun like to 1,000,000 kilometers away, and he just gets thrown into a wall and taken down. But that was not the journey he was looking for.
Yeah. Dangerous.
Sylvie in the mist. There's a flash forward from Kellen. He finds a handshake onto Guga, who puts out the quickness and is immediately taken over hostilely. And I don't think Sylvie's getting out of this one. There's going to be the chain CC. Twisted advance just to continue the fight. They take down the tree, but the buster shot is too powerful. And aiming quickly, flash in, get the rend. There it is, 2,000 kills. As D+ at least managed to get him that before they end the game. That's going to be the ace, and that should be the end.
There it is. Aiming gets the last lap, the final kill, the cherry on top of a dominant performance the D+ fans were hoping for today. Sure, a bit shaky in some of the fourth plays early, but they had map control from start to finish, and Nongshim looked a little bit lost in this one. A clean 2-0 for D+, their fourth win of the season. Kingen looking better overall. Lucid massively improved. Kellen is back. On Renata, a fantastic champion for him, as you were alluding to, one of our best Renatas when Renata was released.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Kingen and Lucid on the side of D+ Kia, who just defeated Nongshim Red Force. Congratulations! Kingen, this is your first POG, along with 400 total LCK games played by you. How do you feel? Being able to get POG on the day I reached my 400th LCK games makes me really happy, and it makes me feel like I was able to finish this match off with a clean gameplay, which makes me even happier. And Lucid, now you are at 500 POG points, taking the sole first place. How do you feel? Honestly, I feel like this title is quite heavy, and I really want to keep on practicing to the point where I deserve this title. And Kingen, in Game 1, your Rumble gameplay was on point. And for your runes, you took First Strike, Cashback, and Triple Tonic for the Wealth build. And with it potentially making the laning phase a bit tough, how did you come up with this build? When you take First Strike and Cashback together, it's like hitting as if you're just constantly generating gold. So you kind of cannot not go with that. I feel like the more you play and more you attack, you're able to sort of snowball and then become even stronger in the late game. So I had to take that. And Kingen, we had an incredible highlight from you. And over here, it looks like you won this 3v1 fight. Did you expect to live right here? So the only threat here was the Viego W, and so when you have an upper hand, it's easier to pull off this sort of super play. And I feel like this is what happens when the enemy is behind and they're a little desperate to make a good play. And so, as a jungler, Lucid, is it comforting to have a top laner like Kingen? Yeah, although I made some mistakes, Kingen was able to play really well, which covered all my mistakes. So yeah, he's so reliable. And listen, as a Maokai, you full cleared and jungle, counter jungled, and had full control over your Krugs. And so your jungle pathing was so clean. How is the Maokai able to pressure the Viego so much? I feel like being able to see that my team is winning and being able to track the enemy jungle allows me to steal the enemy raptors, and being able to pressure a lot through my solo laners actually allows me to accomplish a lot. And listen, with your signature picks being aggressive champions, you really proved your flexibility with your Maokai plays. How does it feel? I've always wanted to play Maokai, and I think being able to play him today makes me feel great. And so what are you most satisfied with today? I guess I was being targeted at bot first, and I survived, and I think that's the part that I think I did pretty well today. And with D plus Kia's incredible gameplay, did you know your fans have been calling you the new Neo D plus Kia? What are your thoughts? I actually knew that there was a meme like that. And in the end, we have that nickname ultimately because we have been playing so well. I guess being able to acquire such nicknames is honestly it just means that we're doing something good, and I hope that we can continue getting those kind of nicknames and live up to it. And Lucid, what about you? Yeah, I was aware. I'm very grateful. I think it's a great nickname. And with aiming in Game 2, killing Dindin's Cassante as Kalista, he has reached 2,000 kills in the LCK. Would you like to congratulate him? Congratulations on the 2,000 kills. Aiming. And I hope that in the future we're able to reach even bigger milestones together. I'm very thankful to you. Thanks. And Lucid, congratulations on 2,000 kills aiming, and congratulations on 400 total LCK games, Kingen. I hope that we can play together for a very long time. And you will be up against Kwangdong Freaks next. Let's hear your resolutions, Kingen. I know that they've been playing really well lately, so I think we just have to be on our toes. We need to make sure that our guard's not down. We want to make sure that we're not playing too timidly, make sure that we're playing boldly. And I think it's time for us to send you to the bottom of the ladder. And listen, we weren't able to win against Kwangdong in spring, so we've always been thinking we want to get our revenge. So we'll make sure that we are able to get our revenge in the next match. That's the end of the interview from Kingen and Lucid from D plus Kia, and back to the space. Thank you.